Hello everyone. We're going to talk a little bit about city development and the construction of a city. And you can see here we just started a new account and we've built a level 2 civilian house and one of each of the resource farms. And we have to go to our mission tab here, and we have a resource production completed, food production. And this is just a farm level 1 completed, and we'll claim those rewards, and we'll have one for each of the resource production: steel, oil, food, and rare materials. And then on the next considered construction, upgrade houses to level 2, which we've already done. Population growth has reached 100, so we claim those rewards as well. And then we'll see our primary mission, which is from scratch. And in this mission we need to build a few different things. The basic food output needs to be 300, oil 300, rare materials 200, steel 400, and gold 200. Those things all come from population and the resource farm, so we want to continue to build those. Also, they're asking us to build a level 1 wall, a research center level 1, staff headquarters level 1, arms plant level 1, and then cultivation, steel making, or research that we need to do in the research center. And then when current population reaches 200, we'll be able to claim the first reward, which is a bronze chest. To open a bronze chest, we'll need a bronze key, and we can do that from doing the daily missions once we get our daily allowance. And you'll see that here you'll get a daily bonus as soon as you get commander reputation of 800 and a city hall of level 2. And with those 5 diamonds we can buy from the Blitzkrieg outlet a bronze key. And you'll see that it's only 3 diamonds right now because it's on sale. So we want to continue to build up our farms, rare materials farms, and our oil and steel. And this will come from our package that we have and the stockpile, and this is like our inventory. And you'll see here that we start out with a rookie pack, and once we open that rookie pack, we'll get a mass mobilization, which allows us to construct more than 2 buildings at one time. It actually allows us to construct 5 buildings at once, so we can go a lot quicker in our building and complete those missions faster. The only thing that you might run into using a mass mobilization right when you start is that you'll find you'll be able to build so much that you run out of resources, and it's kind of a waste to do that until you have enough resource farms to where you can hold a lot of resources and be producing a lot of resources. But for this tutorial we're going to go ahead and use that mass mobilization. The porters let us shorten construction time by 15 minutes. That'll come in very handy. The science nets are the same as the porter, but they work for science. Radio broadcasts allow us to talk in general chat, world chat. The admission prospectus allows us to refresh our officer list in a military institute, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. And then we have a resource pack, which is what I was talking about, to get more resources, and immigration rules, which give us more population instantly. But it won't exceed the population cap, so we want to build up a few more cottages before we do that. So we'll hold on to our resource pack for now, but we do want to use the mass mobilization. And since we've used it now, you'll notice that we can go ahead and build up the steel plant and a farm. For the civilian houses, I like to build at least 8 civilian houses on the first city, and that'll give us plenty of population to use. Let's look over here at the morale. The higher the morale, the more people that will come to our city. The higher the tax rate, the lower the morale will become. So if we set our tax rate to 20%, every 6 minutes the morale will start to fall until it reaches 80. Morale and tax rate will always equal 100 as you raise or lower the tax rate. So right now you can see it equals 110, but this morale will start to fall instantly. See, the tendency here says that it's going down, and until it equals 100 it will continue to fall. But the population cap is 520. Now if we ran a 0% tax rate, the population cap, we will be able to fill that up to 520. But at this point we will only be able to hold 89% of the 520. And since we are just starting out, it takes a while to gain those laborers that will come into the city later on. We're going to continue to build some civilian houses and our resource centers so that we can finish the first primary mission. And you'll notice that it doesn't take long to build up a couple of cottages, and I usually put them around on the outside of the area here. And then I'll put my arms plants around here, and with the staff headquarters in the middle, and that's just a preference. You can place them anywhere, honestly. So the next thing we need to do is we'll start grabbing these missions as they are completed. And but first I want to talk a little bit about the resource caps. Maximum capacity right now is 32,000 food, and that depends greatly on how high and how many farms that I have. The more farms I produce, the higher the cap will become. If the system updates, and it does it randomly, and you have more food than you can hold, there will be a hazard, and some of your food will be lost. So you must have enough capacity to hold the food that you have. Before you open a resource pack that has 50,000 resources of each type of resource in it, you must make sure that you have enough room to hold those, or you'll start to lose those resources and they'll be wasted. This is the operating rate, and you can adjust it. You can see that right now it is at 90%, and we want to make it 100%. So we want our people to work our resource farms at a 100% productivity rate. And now that we've modified the rate, our productivity is 97.2% because we don't have enough workers. We have 139 available workers and 143 maximum workers to make it 100%. But as those workers come in, it'll gain 100% productivity. This is really important because you can't train troops unless you have a positive idle labor. You can always lower productivity to make idle labor and therefore train troops. You want to run our civilian houses so that you have enough idle labor to build a few troops, and so that you can lower your productivity to build more if needed, but you don't want to be in the negative because then you're not producing as much as you could. If you don't have enough population, you can always use citizen pacification. And there's 3 different types of pacification. One is relief, and that will consume some food, and it will increase your morale while decreasing complaints. Complaints will take away from the total of your morale and your tax rate. Remember I said it had to be 100. Well, if you had 5 complaint and 90 morale, then you could only have a 5% tax rate. To clean complaint out, if hazards make complaint. If you're occupied, your people will complain. And to get rid of that complaint, you need to use the method relief. Charity will consume gold, and it will increase morale by a great deal. It will increase it by 15 and decrease complaints by 5. And then lastly, we can use the summon, and summon will consume food and increase our population, and that's the one that we want. We want to summon people to our calls, and that will help us get the population that we need in a real quick hurry. And when we come back, I'll have more of this build up, and we'll talk about a couple of other things that I want to show you.